We begin today's wrestling news and rumors video with a potentially huge update regarding the status of Samoa Joe in WWE when it comes to the former United States champion as an in-ring competitor. As most of you are likely aware, Samoa Joe has been unfortunately sidelined from actually wrestling in WWE since 2019 and 2020 respectively, due to some serious injuries that forced Vince McMahon to temporarily ban Samoa Joe from competing in WWE. But over the past several months, there have been rumors going around that WWE were close to clearing Samoa Joe to return to action on either Monday Night Raw or Friday Night SmackDown. And if new backstage rumors are true, Samoa Joe may be returning to wrestle again in WWE very soon, with rumors speculating that Samoa Joe has already been cleared to return. But Vince is wanting to wait for the perfect time for Samoa Joe to come back, and feels that it would make the most sense for Samoa Joe to make a big statement and return after WrestleMania 37. And for those of you unaware, Samoa Joe recently stated in an interview that his goal is still to become a WWE World Champion, and despite all the setbacks, he intends on achieving his goal before his official retirement from wrestling, with Joe feeling his career will not be complete until he cements his legacy by winning either the WWE Championship or the Universal Championship. One of our sources has mentioned that Vince is planning to give Samoa Joe a main event push once he returns, and we have been told that Samoa Joe will most likely be returning to action on the Raw brand after the showcase of the Immortals, and setting his sights on the WWE Champion, that will likely either be Bobby Lashley or Drew McIntyre. Let us know your thoughts on Samoa Joe reportedly returning to wrestle in WWE after WrestleMania this year. And do you feel that Samoa Joe deserves at least one reign as the WWE World Champion before retirement? Or is Samoa Joe best suited as a mid-card level superstar? Shinsuke Nakamura is by no means a failure in WWE, as Nakamura had a fantastic run in NXT with 2 NXT Championship title reigns, and a reign as the Intercontinental and United States Champion since getting called up to the WWE's main roster. But nonetheless, most fans can likely agree on the fact that Shinsuke Nakamura has not been given nearly the opportunities that he deserves over the past few years, and that it is truly a shame that Shinsuke has not even had at least one reign as a WWE World Champion. However, despite being booked as a mid-card level talent over the past couple of years, it looked as though WWE were planning a bit of a resurgence and a second big push for Shinsuke Nakamura over on Friday Night SmackDown, after he had won that gauntlet match, with many fans feeling that WWE were going to finally give Nakamura a big push for WrestleMania 37 to potentially challenge for Roman Reigns' Universal Championship, much like the whole Kofi Mania movement in 2019. But unfortunately that has not happened, and Shinsuke Nakamura is back to his mid-card ways, with Shinsuke most recently taking a pinfall loss at the hands of the newly repackaged Apollo Crews. Most fans are very upset for the way Shinsuke Nakamura has been treated in WWE, and it looks as though the King of Strong Style is feeling the same way as most fans. On Instagram, Shinsuke Nakamura responded to a fan who had commented on one of Nakamura's posts that Shinsuke is happy and content in WWE, and that he gets to surf and work a safer style in the WWE compared to other promotions. But Shinsuke responded by saying the following message: "Who said I'm happy? Don't believe anything other than what I've said," which got many fans buzzing that Nakamura is unhappy about his current unfortunate situation in WWE, and maybe looking to get out of the WWE sooner rather than later. And one of our sources has mentioned that Shinsuke Nakamura is in fact thinking about not re-signing with WWE when his contract expires later this year, and this is perhaps one of the reasons Vince pulled the plug on Shinsuke Nakamura's recent push, as Nakamura could be leaving WWE before the year 2021 comes to a close. There's no doubt that Cesaro has been getting quite a bit of a push as of late over on Friday Night SmackDown, and while some fans want to see Cesaro in a huge match at WrestleMania 37 for the Universal Championship, that won't be happening anymore, after Edge set his sights on Roman Reigns' title at the Elimination Chamber 2021 pay-per-view event. However, one of our sources has mentioned that Vince still has big plans for Cesaro at the showcase of the Immortals this year, and Cesaro will most likely be facing off against Seth Rollins in one of the marquee non-title matches at WrestleMania, And then after WrestleMania, new backstage reports indicate that Vince McMahon plans to push Cesaro into Universal Championship contention, with WWE reportedly feeling like Cesaro has finally clicked with fans to the extent where he could be a legitimate challenger for a world title. So while many of Cesaro's fans may be impatient and want to see Cesaro win his first ever WWE World Championship, it looks like Cesaro will be busy with Seth Rollins over the next couple of months for WrestleMania 37, and then begin to set his sights on the Universal title in the months following WrestleMania. So nonetheless, 2021 looks like it will be a banner year for the Swiss Superman if all things go according to plan. It has been a while since Big Cass and Enzo Amore have been in the headlines when it comes to wrestling, but just last night, some new photos emerged of Enzo Amore and Big Cass making their returns to wrestling on the independent wrestling scene, and most fans were quick to point out the incredible shape that Big Cass has gotten himself into since leaving WWE, and Big Cass and Enzo Amore are now a big talking point moving forward in 2021, with many fans wondering if Cass and Enzo plan to return to a major wrestling promotion like AEW or a WWE return. According to a breaking new leaked backstage rumor, Vince McMahon is very much interested in re-signing Big Cass and Enzo Amore to WWE, with Vince apparently being extremely impressed by Big Cass's transformation and his will to change his life around. And considering Enzo Amore has been cleared of any wrongdoings in the past that initially had led to his WWE firing a few years back, McMahon feels that Big Cass and Enzo Amore would be a great signing for WWE, and that the company are reportedly in the process of negotiating with the two former superstars to make a comeback, as Vince apparently has no intention of letting AEW, All Elite Wrestling, scoop up Enzo Amore and Big Cass. Let us know your thoughts on the rumors going around that WWE are planning to try and bring Big Cass and Enzo Amore back to the company in the coming months, and do you feel that these two superstars would be better off in WWE or AEW? We now have our main story featured in this video, and it is regarding the new shocking rumors and speculation about Roman Reigns' huge storyline with Edge and the Universal Championship for WrestleMania 37. But more specifically, the rumors that Roman Reigns will shockingly be replacing his Universal Championship before WrestleMania to add a huge storyline swerve and suspense to the big dog's feud with the rated R superstar Edge. As we had stated in one of our previous videos, it has been reported that Vince was considering to replace the Universal Championship on SmackDown with a World Heavyweight Championship, otherwise known as the Big Gold Belt. And while this big change was rumored to happen once Edge wins the Universal Championship from Roman Reigns, apparently Vince is now planning for Roman Reigns to try and get in Edge's head before their clash at WrestleMania and get rid of the blue Universal Championship and unveil the new Universal title, which would be the World Heavyweight Championship, a belt that certainly has ties to Edge, who never really lost the World Heavyweight Championship to begin with, and Vince feels that Edge winning his infamous World Heavyweight title at WrestleMania 37 will be a huge moment for not only Edge, but his fans as well.